Well, here we are back, and I'm moving away from this parking spot, and the direction I'm facing is towards the sun, so if the pictures go a little bit dark, that's the reason. However, this is the street I've just been down, and I've been right to the top. This is one of the nice shopping streets in Cleethorpes. A lot of old shops down here. Which comes to the top of High Cliff. And I can see from here that the tide is out across the River Humber. We're going along the main part of the promenade until we get to the bottom of the hill, and then we'll come back to this spot by a different route and go all the way along where those cars are going. At the moment we're going to turn left onto the promenade. You can see all the tides out across. There's the Yorkshire coast. This is the lifeboat station we're just passing, and as you can see, it's a lovely sunny day, and a lot of cars lining up to park. They've got to pay, of course. Lots of traffic coming my way, and there's somebody going to try and manoeuvre into a parking spot. This is why we're held up. But I shall proceed. She's waving me through, so off I go. He's got to move over because there's not much room there. So on we go. Now this end of the promenade is quite nice to walk along, and there's a nice beach on the right. This is where most of the cars line up, looking out to sea, to the River Humber. When we get to the end of this road, we're going to turn left. You see that dome building on the right? That's the Cleethorpes Pier. And if you carry on down there, that's where all the amusements are and everything. I spent all my childhood down there. Place at the end called Wonderland. It's not like it used to be when I was a lad. Anyway, we're turning left. I used to come down that slope on roller skates. If you carry straight over then into that street over there, that's the marketplace, Cleethorpes Marketplace. Some nice shops, pubs, restaurants in there. And this is the famous Cleethorpes Seaway restaurant. And that building on the right, where the arches used to be, the old Empire Theatre, many years ago. So we're going back up to High Cliff. This is where I started the trip, at the top of High Cliff, when I left the bank. And so we're going to retrace our steps once I get to the top of this hill. Those flats have been built in recent years, and they do command a very, very high price. I think it's called The View, looking out to the River Humber, if you're at the top. This is where we started this film, going down this hill. And along here there's pubs, houses, and a lot of boarding houses, if you like, or private hotels. This is called the Kingsway, and they do have a very prestigious hotel along here called the Kingsway Hotel. Very expensive to stay there and eat and whatever. And on the left side is the Cleethorpes Gardens. They always keep them nice all the year through. This is the main road, taking you through to that building at the top there, which is the leisure centre, But when I was a lad, it used to be an open air swimming pool. And on the right there used to be a place called the Winter Gardens, which has now been demolished. And on the left there was another Cafe Dansant, which is now toilets, would you believe. So we're now passing the entrance to the leisure centre. And moving on down further towards the boating lake, which is, I spent quite a bit of time down there in my younger days. We're passing the Cleethorpes Light Railway station, which is on the left. Can't quite see it, but it's a lovely little railway, and you'll see the other end of it when we get there. And of course the boating lake is behind the car park, which you can see all the cars lined up. There's cafes, restaurants and the like along there. And on the right there's a multiplex cinema and some nice shops. As on we go, you can park in various areas along this road when you see a road leading off to it where you can get your car in. It's all pay though, of course. This is the roundabout where the cinema is on the right. You can't see it, but it's there. And there's a Kentucky Fried Chicken venue there. They're going to build a hotel on this land on the right. Well, they're talking about building a Premier Inn. They've got one in Grimsby, but there might be one coming to Cleethorpes shortly. You can see the beginnings of Pleasure Island. That's one of the rides at Pleasure Island you can see poking up there. But I'm going to turn left into where the railway is, and the railway station's on the left. I'm just going over the crossings now, but it's been extended further, as you'll see when we get there. I think if I go on the bottom here and turn right, take you to a car park. I don't think you have to pay on there. At one time people used to go straight ahead over onto the beach, but they put a barrier there now. The beach is just over that brows of that hill there. And along here there's day chalets. I don't know what condition they're in today, but last time I looked they was in a bit of a state. I don't know whether anybody ever uses them anymore. I just went over a big bump there. One of these, I didn't spot it. There's the railway lines, the extension going along on the left, and on the right where these cars are there's a big caravan park, and beyond that on the right there's the showground where they have open air shows and stuff. There's plenty of these little bumps to slow you down. And I'm facing the sun again. It's a bit narrow along here, you've got to be careful. Eventually we come to a car park. See all the cars lined up there, right in front of the railway track. This has only been extended to this end in the last year or so. So I parked my car here. There's the Yorkshire coast over there, and what happened was a train came along straight away. just see it go back. That's the signal box. I don't know whether they use it. It's all boarded. It hasn't been built all that long, but I've never seen anybody in it. Nice cycle path on the right side of this track. And also a walkway. Walk for miles along here. You see how wide open space there is on the right side there. I spotted this chap on a horse. You get horse riders going down to the beach. And whether it came from that field over there where the horses are, I don't know. Nice little river. And this is that Pleasure Island. You can't actually see it because there's too many trees in the way. But that's Pleasure Island. Quite a lot of big rides in there. So I hope you've enjoyed a further look into Cleethorpes.